Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today I have a new album that's from a German power metal band. They're called Wizard, and the album is called Metal in My Head. So before I start, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and more, and I upload about one video a day. So this band is from Germany, and they're often compared to the band Manowar. So you can see the song titles. The word metal is going to appear about like 3 times out of the 10 songs on the album. Sounds is very reminiscent of classic 80s heavy metal. The lyric themes are very fantasy oriented, and there are also like many songs about, like I said, heavy metal. So let me do a quick bio of the band. Wizard is a German power metal band and is often compared to the American heavy metal band Manowar. Most of their lyrics are about swords and steel and about how metal they are. They have released 12 studio albums since 1995, and few of their albums have been concept albums. For example, Odin was about Norse mythology, Gudrun was a fantasy story about a witch, Thor was another album about Norse mythology, and Of Werewolves and Blue Werewolves, I'm sorry if I can pronounce that poorly, it's a concept album about vampires and werewolves. Wizard has played many heavy metal festivals over the years. For example, they played Wacken Open Air in 2002 and Hammerfest 4 in 2012. So let me just briefly go over the tracks on the album, then I will give you my final thoughts and a final score. So the first track is I Bring Light into the Dark. So this is a classic heavy metal song. You immediately hear like the Manowar comparisons. The lyrics deal with warriors and morphing into creatures. The vocal style reminds me a little of Iced Earth, which is not a bad thing because that band is pretty much like finished at this point given recent events. Next is Metal Fest. So this song has an opening riff, reminds me of Amon Amarth. It's a classic metal song, and it speaks of life on the road and how much they like kick ass on stage, and it's just classic and just about how metal they are. It's pretty cool. Next is Metal in My Head. So the opening riff, it's a little thrashy. The screams in the intro remind me a little of like that Painkiller era Judas Priest, and this is yet another song about how metal they are. Next is Victory. So this song is a classic power metal song. This one reminds me of like Iced Earth a lot, and does have these like chugging guitars. 30 Years of Metal. So the song pretty much tells you everything you need to know in terms of what the song's about. This is probably like the most like Manowar sounding song on the album, and very like over the top, very epic. Next is We Fight. This is a straightforward metal song. The lyrics are very epic, talking about fighting and killing and rising again. A fun metal song. And they do talk about Odin and Thor, so that's pretty fun. Number 7 is Werewolf. So this is the epic ballad of the album. It reminds me of the song Heart of Steel from Manowar's Kings of Metal album. Very epic, there's piano, very good song. I like this one a lot. Track 8 is Years of War. So this is one of those songs you listen to, before you going into battle. It's heavy, has these like galloping riffs. And another song reminds me of like this classic Manowar. 9 is Fire Sword. So this is another like straightforward heavy metal song. I hear a Judas Priest influence on this. It's very epic sounding, and it is about a man's sword. And 10, Destiny. So this is the final track. It opens with a riff, reminds me a little of like Iron Maiden. It's classic heavy metal. It's catchy and memorable, and has the lyrics, no one will stop me now. So the song is very melodic. It's a good album closer. So in conclusion, the album is very over the top. It's campy. It's cheesy. There are tons of references to metal. The singer likes to like drop F-bombs like throughout the album. There's nothing original, and the songs are very derivative of other metal bands. But I'll be honest with you. I listened to it 3 times, and it's fun. It's a fun listen. If you're a fan of bands like Manowar, Iced Earth, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, you'll probably like this. There's nothing groundbreaking going on. There's nothing original, but it's fun. Songs are catchy and memorable. I'm going to give this a final score of 7 out of 10. I always do this wrong because it's enjoyable, despite the lack of originality. So that's my review. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And that is it. As of the recording of this video, I am at 199 subscribers. So as soon as I hit that 200, I will do a special shout out video. So hopefully tomorrow I'll get that out. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos that are linked right next to me. And subscribe and all that. And I will see you in the next one.